The time has finally come. It's unfortunately that fateful day where Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the Booster Course Pass, all three individually, are finally at an end. It's reached their climactic conclusion. The Booster Course Pass is done, Wave 6 dropped, we got our 8 tracks, we got our new characters, we got like several other features they tossed in this wave altogether. I'll probably save after talking about the tracks, but it is a melancholy feeling. It is bittersweet. It is a little bittersweet. We're all ready to move on to a new Mario Kart. That's nothing new. Like, we all agree, we want a new Mario Kart experience, a game, tracks, characters, and whatnot. Just like something new for the series. Because we've had Mario Kart 8 for so long, but they did go out with a bang, I feel. This wave hit in a lot of really good areas. This and Wave 4, I think, are probably the most standout waves out of all the other waves. But whole wave ranking video, that'll probably be saved for tomorrow or Saturday. For now, we're just going to review Wave 6, like we always do every time a new wave drops. But it is sad, because this is the last time I'm reviewing these waves. But like, oh, we could review Mario Kart 8 as a whole, and every 96 tracks, holy shit. Could, but Wave 6. Acorn Cup, Tour, Rome Avanti. Pretty good. That's a pretty good track they got right here. There's a lot of like neat little twists and turns, the Coliseum and the chain chomps, the statues. Decent scenery. I don't know if it's up there in my top 3. I don't even know if it's in my top 5 favorite tour city tracks. It's up there. It's a good one. It's a good one. To me, it kind of feels like standard-ish fare for the most part. It's a good one though. Like I'm kind of underselling it a little bit, but I do feel it's like a solid, it's like a B tier probably. Higher B, lower A tier track, at least as far as city tracks go for tour. But Rome Avanti is a good one. Solid song, like the song for this stage. Good design. I don't really have a lot to say about it, but DK Mountain, dude, Double Dash fans are getting like breadcrumbs throughout this entire DLC. Our first track came in Wave 4, and we just got one in each wave, which finally, and I know they didn't have a lot of tracks to choose from in tour as far as Double Dash, but dude, the fact we only got 3 Double Dash tracks in this entire DLC, especially when Wii fans got 8, and you had the 3 in the base game, so 11 tracks from Wii. Screwed up if you ask me, but for me it's a yin and yang, because I'm a Double Dash fan and a Wii fan. I was feasting as a Wii fan. Oh my god. But Double Dash though, we were getting scraps. We got scraps as Double Dash fans. That said though, DK Mountain's like one of the best tracks they could have picked from. And they did a really good touch up as far as visuals go. Obviously, it looks like it was ripped out of tour, but like the lava, the lighting coming out of the mountain's face and the bird's nest on top, the textures on the mountain, especially riding down, are really cool. Once again, the Mario Kart 8 dev team completely going through a character arc with their shortcuts, because the little gap cut in the original DK Mountain, they put a fence there so you can't do that, but it's not as cool. But they did add a new shortcut. Coming down the mountain off the 3rd ramp, you could go on the rockier side on the right down the mountain for like a faster time frame. Like, dude, I don't know what it is. I don't know where this came from. But I am really glad the Booster Course Pass gave the Mario Kart development team the opportunity to go a completely new character arc. We're like, oh, that was an unintended shortcut. We gotta patch that out. We gotta cut that out. To now, here's a new shortcut you could do on the track that's coming to the game. I mean, literally when they showed off Wii Rainbow Road, you could do that little jump gap cut after the 2, like, giant holes in the middle of the track. That portion. So, it's funny, DK Mountain gets a new one, but DK Mountain's probably like one of the quintessential tracks from Double Dash, just with how adventurous it feels. I think I could describe half the tracks like that. Well, another one later on, but DK Mountain though, holy, yes. S tier track from Double Dash, track I predicted, track I wanted in Mario Kart 8, thank god. So, really good way to put in the last wave. Daisy Circuit 2, that's one I don't think a lot of us were expecting, even though it was in tour. It's like another circuit track, but like, to be fair, this is like the only good circuit track from Wii. But like, it's standard stuff. It's probably the worst track in this wave, but both it and Rome, in my opinion, are like B tiers. So even when Daisy Circuit's the lowest point, that's still a solid track, all things considered. So you're not really losing a whole lot with, in my opinion anyways, with Daisy Circuit. You're just giving Wii fans more shit to chew on, as if we didn't have enough to chew on already. But I don't really have too much to say. Oh, I love the, okay, the remix for DK Mountain was good, but the Daisy Circuit one, that's a vibe. It feels so chill, beautiful, like summery. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous remix for Daisy Circuit, but it's a solid track, all things considered. Piranha Plant Cove. Skill-wise, I'm struggling more with this track than I think most of the Nitros and even City tracks. I might be playing it more on 200, but yeah, no, there's a lot of twists and turns and little pockets you gotta watch out for, and walls and whatnot. Not that many, but like, I was struggling skill-wise, so there's a little bit of a skill curve, but I think that cements more that like this last wave is supposed to mimic that of like the Special Cup, for instance, and I'll explain more how it mimics that when we get to the next cup. But Piranha Plant Cove, not as good as Yoshi's Island or Squeaky Clean Sprint, but that is still an A-tier Nitro for me, for sure. This is a really fun track. This one feels like an adventure, because it really does feel like you're going through this like extensive mass cove and these giant Mayan temples like submerged underwater, and like the eels and the music. Texture works up. It's like okay-ish, but well, it's good. It's good. But dude, this track's pretty solid. It's a pretty good one. This one's a definite like good Nitro track from Tour, like A tier. There's like maybe one Nitro track from Tour that's like brand new, not a City track, that I think is not that good, but like, dude, every other one's either an A or S tier. They were kind of cooking with the original Tour tracks like this one. So I'm glad this one got its limelight in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the BCP. It was inevitable, but it's still really welcome, and I'm really glad it got its time to shine. Madrid Drive, though. Rome, I'm like, that's probably a solid A-ish tier. Madrid Drive's top 3 City tracks. That's a strong top 3 right there. This one, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, driving through like the streets, and then you go through this like little city plaza with a Wiggler sleeping, and then it'll eventually wake up, and then you drive through this like fruit market, and then the museum and the stadium with like giant soccer balls flying around. There's like a lot of stuff going on in this track, a lot more than probably any other City track. So like it's dynamic visually, it's dynamic mechanically, well, a little bit mechanically, but dude, thematically it's more dynamic. That's probably the word I was looking for. But Madrid Drive, oh, and design-wise, it's pretty fun too. Like, no, Madrid Drive, that's an S tier. That's an S tier track. Tour, congrats. Other than Singapore Speedway and Vancouver Velocity, congratulations. He gave me another track to be like, damn, they actually cooked with this one. I'm pretty shocked. So it's really good that this is our final Tour track, and they ended on this. Definitely one of the best ones for sure. And the unsung, unexpected hero of this track, well, it's not the best track in the wave, but Rosalina's Ice World. 3DS Rosalina's Ice World. I'm one of those people that like Rosalina's Ice World. I always liked Rosalina's Ice World. But there's a lot of people that think it's kind of a mediocre or average track. I kind of get why. Design-wise, it's basic. Thematically, visually, back in 7 at least, it didn't really evoke much of that Rosalina feel or Galaxy feel. It just felt like a weirdish like standard ice track, right? I'm not getting that. I got some of it originally. I'm not getting any of that here. Sitting on it more, because I played like the tracks in Wave 6 I think like 3 or 4 times at this point. Visually, obviously, it just looks a lot better. The skybox, I'm pretty sure they just ripped from 3DS Rainbow Road, but it still looks really good either way. Plus you have the little planetoids from Mario Galaxy in there, but you have like more sparkles going on visually. And of course the snow and ice textures and physics. Well, the textures and visuals, they ripped from like Snowland and other ice tracks. So this track looks really good, is what I'm trying to say. But the Comet Observatory looks closer to how it looks in the Galaxy games. And the lighting's better. The cave part especially, like, there's visual elements here and there, like small ones they added throughout, that I think gives off a more mysterious vibe to it. And that's, like, amplified more with the remix as well. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the music for Madrid. Okay, Madrid's music, extremely good. That shit goes hard, and there's like 3 different versions. Music for Madrid Drives is really good. Piranha Plant Cove's music solid. Rosalina's Ice World, though, going back to Rosalina, it goes a lot more into the synth style of music. It's less like, I don't even know how to describe how it was in the original, but like, I guess like a girly magical, like the Rosalina girly magical type of vibe. That probably makes no sense if you've never played Rosalina's Ice World before, but that's the best way I could describe it right now. but the music has like a more synthy vibe to it. It sounds really good. It's just different from the original, but the music and the visuals for Rosalina's Ice World, it feels more mysterious. And Rosalina as a character, especially in her introduction in Galaxy, she felt mysterious. And I think that's probably the best way they could have went about remaking Rosalina's Ice World, because it feels a lot more Galaxy-like in this version, between the better skybox, the better lighting, the better Galaxy visual elements here and there, and it's a lot more slippery than the original too, so it's harder to maneuver than it was in Mario Kart 7. And they had a little half-pipe section here, like, after the first initial cave, which, that's cute, but I think it really shows how the camera was not designed, or the half-pipes in general were not designed for Mario Kart 8 in mind, because that wasn't even in Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart Tour, the half-pipes for Rosalina's Ice World. I'm glad they're here, but, man, the camera, it really goes some really crazy ways to where you can't see much of the track in front of you, but no, I think this is the best iteration of Rosalina's Ice World. This is surprising pick, especially for the very end of the wave, and the last track they revealed for the trailer. But I think this was a really good idea. I like the track. This is the best version. It's harder. There's another shortcut too. It's visually more appealing. Thematically closer to match both Rosalina and Mario Galaxy as a whole. It's more mysterious. It's mystical. This is a really good one. I probably talked about this track more than any other track. And I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty solid. To me, it's an S tier. I feel like more people could probably agree it's either like a higher B or lower A tier. To me, it's an S tier. I think it's that good of a track. Probably biggest Rosalina's Ice World fan in the room right now, if not one of. But like, don't twist it. I'm a bigger Maple Treeway fan than this. But to also go back to me being like, oh, this whole wave kind of evokes that whole Special Cup feeling and how difficult all the tracks are. Because Piranha Plant Cove's pretty difficult. DK Mountain's always been like a star-level Lightning Cup track, right? But Rosalina's Ice World was a Special Cup track. And second track in the Special Cup for Mario Kart 7, Rosalina's Ice World. Okay. What's the third track in every Special Cup in a Mario Kart? Bowser Castle. Oh, look at that! It's SNES Bowser Castle 3. It's not just the Bowser Castle 3, excuse me. SNES? Okay. If you don't think this is an S tier, I gotta ask you, what is wrong with you? You're entitled to that opinion, but I'm just like, okay. First SNES track, and only SNES track to have anti-gravity. The first time a Bowser Castle from Super Mario Kart ever got brought back, ignoring it got brought back in Tour, this is the first time we ever got a SNES Bowser Castle coming back in a Mario Kart console. It's always the GBA ones they prefer. They remade the hell out of this one, literally like the GBA tracks. And this is probably like one of the best looking tracks in the entire DLC. Dude, the visuals go really hard. The design is really good. I don't remember how good or bad, probably bad, Bowser Castle 1 and 2 are in Super Mario Kart, but design-wise, I know Bowser Castle 3 is the best one, but Bowser Castle 1, 2, and 3, like, just those general tracks in the first Mario Kart, they stood out to me because, like, they never brought that back in a later Mario Kart. They always picked the GBA ones, and the song and theme for that track was a remix of the final boss for Mario World, and I thought that shit slapped. So, I'm really glad, after all these years, finally we're getting a SNES Bowser Castle, and they're treating it like a GBA track, and they're just revamping the level's geometry completely to where it doesn't even feel anything like the original. Thank God. Yeah, no, like, literally, they cooked. This is another S tier. The remix goes really hard. Oh my goodness, the song for this goes super, super hard. But, like, the lava looks cool. The textures on the metal floor, the dirt. All the rocks in the Bowser Castle looks really cool. And, like, you're driving up this hill, and it's this giant lava fall, and the anti-gravity stuff, and, like, the different hallways in the middle of the track, and, like, you can ride the top of it, but it's really thin and really hard to maneuver, especially on 200cc, if you want to get those extra item boxes that no one's going to steal. Like, it might be a little bit short. The track might be a little bit short for my liking, but oh my god. SNES Bowser Castle 3, dude, that one was really good. They did really good work on this version. They did good in Tour, but they did really good on this one too. The anti-gravity stuff, completely appreciated. And no better way to end this entire DLC off than with one of the most iconic Rainbow Roads. Dude, we have 5 Rainbow Roads in this game. 5 Rainbow Roads. That's wild. That is wild. Dude, I'm saying that, but like, I'm saying that like Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road, the new Rainbow Road, like he's in the upper echelon. I think 8 Rainbow Road is the worst Rainbow Road in the whole series. That shit... We're not here to talk about that though, but Wii Rainbow Road. Probably the best way to end this. If they didn't... They ended Wave 3 on 3DS Rainbow Road. If the roles were reversed, probably the best way to end it, but I think this one was probably better, because Wii Rainbow Road is notorious for how hard it is. The design... Like, the physics for 8 in particular, not 8, for Wii in particular. Like, a lot of people say Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road is the hardest, and they tried to keep a lot of its, like, design elements and difficulty intact. For one thing, when you fall off a track, the meteor effect where you're, like, blazing hot like a fireball, they kept that when they didn't even have to. Sure, thanks. But that also makes, like, the respawn time, the recovery time when you fall off a track, I'm pretty sure it's longer here. So, it's more punishing if you fall off this track, just like it is in Mario Kart Wii. So, the difficulty's there. The design's basically exactly the same as the original, shortcuts and all. So, shortcuts are probably easier to perform in this game because of the physics. But, dude, the shortcuts are there. It looks gorgeous as shit. Is it recency bias to claim this track might look better than 3DS Rainbow Road? It probably is. There's a lot more blue though. It might be more balanced visually just with the rainbow colors than it is on 3DS Rainbow Road, because there's a lot more blue on 3DS Rainbow Road. I know it's very nitpicky stuff right now, but someone stop the Mario Kart Wii fan in me, because Mario Kart Wii is one of my favorite Mario Karts ever. So someone stop me right now. But no, literally one of the best tracks from Wii, one of the best tracks they could have ended with, one of the best Rainbow Roads, one of the best tracks in this whole DLC. I don't really need to say much about Wii Rainbow Road, dude. It's one of my favorites. They have all the iconic Rainbow Roads in this game, actually. Wii and 3DS, I think, strike me as the most iconic. Wii for how hard it is and how everybody knows that one. But 7 for how adventurous and, like, dynamic it is, driving through all these different planets and whatnot. But, like, N64, that's another really popular one. SNES Rainbow Road, that one's, like, a classic as well. So, having all 4 of those... And, like, I'm pretty sure... Between those 4 Rainbow Roads, most Mario Kart fans really think of as like a definitive bullshit Rainbow Road, right? So we have all the iconic ones. DS Rainbow Road's like an S tier. GCN Rainbow Road, S tier. Don't get me wrong about those 2, or GBA Rainbow Road, that one's also good. But like, all the other Rainbow Roads in this game, besides the new one, that's all the good Rainbow Roads that everybody like remembers and thinks the Rainbow Road. Like, they got all the good ones. Just like how they got all the good tracks from Mario Kart Wii that aren't Toad's Factory. So, yeah. This is... Dude. So many S tiers in this wave. There's like 4... To me, at least. There might be 5. Dude. They went insane. Insano style on just the track selection. Yeah, no, the ranking's gonna be tough, because I'm a little afraid there's like some recency bias in this video, and in that video when I make that. So, I'm a little afraid for that. But, like, also, when you factor everything else about the wave, too, the character stuff is huge. Pauline in a Mario Kart that everyone can play that isn't a shitty mobile game? Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank God. Yes. Also, Diddy Kong? Why did it take this long? Why did it take, like, 9 years for Mario Kart 8 to get Diddy Kong? That is criminal. That is criminal. It's like, why do we get a Bowser Castle? A Bowser Castle at the end of the DLC is criminal. Bitch, we didn't even get a Bowser Castle in any of the DLC. We have the one new one. We had one Bowser Castle. And, like, now we get Diddy Kong? I don't even main Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong should have been in base Mario Kart 8. So, that's out there. But, sure. I'm glad he's here. I'm really glad Funky Kong's here. Every single character from Mario Kart Wii is in Mario Kart 8 now. So just from that alone, that means this game has the best roster out of any Mario Kart. But now Pauline's in there. Like, Pauline's such a huge win. Like, keep shoving her in more Mario spin-offs, like how Rosalina did way back when Galaxy was new. And like, oh, you got a save file for Galaxy? Here's Rosalina and Mario Kart Wii. Boom. Then she's in like Mario Tennis. Boom. Now she's in Mario Golf and like all these other different Mario games. Keep giving Pauline that exact same treatment. People are hating on how like her trick animations and how she sings and that's like her only personality trait. I feel that. At the same time though, it's not like her personality before that was anything more elaborate than a brick wall, because they barely used her at all. So I'll take the singing. I don't really care that much. Plus, the singing's fun. It's whatever, though. Peachette, dude, you'd think I'd hate on Peachette more. I'm kind of warming up to her more than I was expecting. I like her biker outfit, for one. That might be why, because, like, it kind of gives her a little bit more personality than just looking like a Peach clone, even though she is a Peach clone. Even though it's not even Peach, it's Toadette. So, it's weird you gotta make that distinction every time you pick Peachette. But even then, like, her biker outfit's cool. It's another clone character, but, like, I'd rather Peachette than, like, Cat Peach, excuse me, or Tanuki Mario, or Metal Mario, or Pink Gold Peach. Any day of the week. I'd probably pick Peachette, I'd probably pick more than the other Mario and Peach clones. I'll just lay that out right now. But, like, Diddy Kong, massive, massive dub. Funky Kong, astronomically massive W. Pauline, another astronomically massive W. Excuse me. And, like, even then, another thing 9 years later, this is the first Mario Kart we've ever got that has a music player now, which, like, with all the tracks we have, it makes sense that they give us the option to just listen to the songs of each track. And some of the tracks that have multiple versions of the same theme, you could cycle through, like Koopa Cape or Madrid Drive or Cloud Top Cruise, for example. Like, that's a really cool option. We have a music player in a Mario Kart game now. And Mario Kart 8 soundtrack, especially after this DLC, oh my god, complete, absolute banger. Completely, insanely good soundtrack. Super, super good. But yeah, no, I'm glad that's in the game now, even though that feels like that should have been in something in Mario Kart like years ago. Freaking, we have like 17 more Mii costumes now. They shoved in like a lot of the Mii outfits from Mario Kart Tour in this game. Like, it's not everything from Tour they preserved, because Piranha Plant Pipeline, now that's up in the air and whether or not they're ever going to bring that track back. But they just preserved like more of what people go to Mario Kart Tour for. I don't know who's going to Mario Kart Tour for the Mii outfits, but yeah, there's that. The character animations are really good, too, on both the new characters and the Mii costumes. For whatever reason, they went really hard on the character animations whenever they trick off ramps and whatnot. They look really, really cool. I don't know why, but they went hard on deciding just putting that in there. Sandbagging, they completely cut out. They kind of just killed it. If you don't know what sandbagging is, it's the strategy in Mario Kart to where, like, oh, you're in the middle of the pack and you're not getting a good item, so you toss it, and people just sit behind an item box. They go further back in, like, placement, but they try to get, like, a better item. Bullet Bill, Lightning, stuff like that. That's what sandbagging is. And they eventually, like, completely blow past the rest of the racers to get to a higher spot. That's what sandbagging is. And that's always been a strat in a lot of Mario Karts now. But this update made it so where slowing down and hitting the same item box over and over decreases the chance significantly of you getting a really good item. Now you have a better odds of getting mushrooms, a boo, a green shell, like sandbagging instead. I find it so funny. They're paying attention a lot more to the competitive aspect of Mario Kart with this. This is probably more balanced. It's just so funny because this has been a thing for competitive Mario Kart for years, and now they're just like, no more. It's funny. I think it's really funny. But yeah, no, literally, like, the other thing too, if you did the Grand Prix of the BCP, there's new credits. They added new credits for this thing, which they look really cool. The medley is super, super fun. It's all the tour tracks remixed, and like a remix of the Super Mario Kart theme, which, man. The tracks were really good, the presentation all around was really good, the characters were really good, and all this extra neat little stuff. But they went out of their way to add all this extra stuff in Mario Kart 8 with this wave. And they added whole brand new credits for the DLC, like, and like, all the characters, they're really small in the background, but like, they squeezed in that final picture. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what spells out a definitive end harder than all of these little changes, and especially a new credits for the DLC. A lot of this extra stuff they didn't even have to put in for this wave. But like, Man, it really does feel like it is like the true end. The true good ending for Mario Kart. Like, they're finally ready to move on from this game, which I'm ready for a new Mario Kart, but I could tell this game's gonna live on for such a long time, similar to Mario Kart Wii, because like Mario Kart Wii still has a really, not super huge, but a pretty sizable and super dedicated fan base. Custom tracks, well, custom tracks is the main one, but there is some competitive Mario Kart players with Wii. Most other Mario Karts, but Wii is the one that stands out the most. I'm pretty sure 8's gonna stand out and like live on for decades to come. There's just so much content. The roster's the best it's ever been. There's so many characters to choose from. Battle mode's solid. There's like almost 100 tracks in this game. What the hell are they gonna do in the next Mario Kart? Like, man. See, man, I wonder. I should probably make a video about that. Oh wait, I did a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, but I already made a video for that. Man, it's because, like, there's a lot of people who want, but there's a lot of people who hate the idea of Smash Kart, but, like, there's still a lot of other characters in the Mario world, and Mario-adjacent, like, worlds, Donkey Kong, Wario, Yoshi, they could add. Luigi's Mansion, technically, but that's still kind of Mario. There's probably still other ideas for tracks and mechanics they could do. I want to see the Wonder Flower. I would love to see the Wonder Flower in a Mario Kart. I don't know how you would make that work, but if you change track design, if the Wonder Flower just becomes this overarching mechanic throughout other Mario games, I'm completely down for that, because it just allows developers and creators all these different ideas that seem together in a way that makes a lot more sense than Mario usually does, which I'm down. But like, man, they might reboot Mario Kart altogether, because like people are saying that for Smash. That's probably what they're going to do with Mario Kart now. Once again, Mario Kart and Smash just in very similar scenarios, so you really got to wonder what the hell is the next step for Mario Kart for Nintendo. Reboot, continuing traditionally, not a reboot, but like following up on 8 in some way, not the same amount of content like mass-wise, but like close enough. A reboot altogether, Smash Kart. I know there's a lot of you that don't like that idea, but that's been thrown around for a while, and there are a lot of people who still like that idea. I'm seeing more 50-50 on Smash Kart specifically, but man. Mario Kart 8, finally. I mean, like, Mario Kart 8's always been a good game, and Deluxe has been a good one, but this DLC, it especially cemented it as, like, one of the best, if not the best Mario Kart, because they really just said, here's all these extra tracks, and it's just like, what? And then halfway through, it's like, here's like 8 more characters. What? Here's a custom item thing. What? Here's a music player. Here's like balance updates. It's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Like, and like all the extra stuff that's not the tracks was basically free with the DLC. Like, man, thank you. Thank you so much. Mario Kart 8's been a good game, but there was a little bit of an ambivalence when Deluxe came around and 5 years of nothing. And now it re-sparks complete and total absolute adoration for Mario Kart 8 as a whole. In every respect, essentially. So, yeah. Thank you, Mario Kart 8. I'm gonna keep playing it for sure. I'm probably gonna keep making videos on you, but yeah, these times are fun. Can't wait for the next new Mario Kart, but man, I will always cherish the memories of getting the game new and both DLCs between both versions. It's sad. It's a sad day, but it was a fun day. Let me know your thoughts on this wave and the true finality it feels of Mario Kart 8 as a whole. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Expect a ranking video for the waves. Maybe I'll do course ranking videos of all 96 tracks, or maybe every track from every Mario Kart, or maybe a massive retrospective on every single Mario Kart in the series. You can't see me behind my mic, but I'm like waving my arms to each rhythm of my sentences I'm saying there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me know down below. Let me know if you want more content from Mario Kart. Mario Kart. I gotta go. Stay super.
Yo, hey, 妹妹，嘿，我来呀！不，共和大哈哈呀！拉面，嘿，来面，来个面，共和再见呀！哈哈，拉面，酱手面。 谢谢。